G'day, Alex Moss here, and in this video we're going to have a look at the ASIN column, and I'm going to move that to the center so we can have that right in the middle of the action on the page. And I'm going to talk about two little things. One is the ASIN edit feature, which is this little pen tool here that you can see, and one is the fact that some ASINs appear to be clickable, and I'm going to let you know why that's the case. Okay, so let's talk about the pen tool first. So, the pen tool works like this. If you see two items that don't match, let's say for example, this and this were not a match, you can then go and select the little pen tool, enter in the correct ASIN, and it will change the match for the entire user base. Now I can actually see an instance of where this has happened before. If you scroll down the page here, you can see how this one is a purple color. That means that this originally was not a match. A user has come along and said, well look, I've found the correct match. I'm going to link those two up. He has made the change. It has been locked into the entire database, and all users now see the correctly matched globally matched ASIN. So let's see if I can find an example of that, so that if you need to correct a match yourself, which will help the entire user base, you certainly can do that. I'm looking for a mismatch here, and I won't lie to you, here's one that I found earlier. This Five Nights of Freddy's toy is not the same as the matched item over at Amazon. If you look a little closely here, the Five Nights of Freddy figures in this particular purchase page from Target. You'll see that these toys here are all nice, clean, not damaged toys, with the exception of the rabbit, who looks a little bit zombified. But the match, what the software has decided is a match over at Amazon, are all zombified Five Nights at Freddy's toys. Now, why has it done this? Why is it presenting us a mismatch on a universal product code site? Well, in this one rare instance, obviously the universal product code was not on the Target product page. So Tactical Arbitrage has defaulted to the next type of search, which is a title search, and title searches are more likely to find a mismatch item than any universal product code match will be likely to find. So, to drill into this a little further, we now want to find the correct ASIN so that we can fix it, do our duty, and create a perfect match for everybody, every user. So what I'm going to do is bounce back across to the Amazon title column, and I'm going to use this little search title button here, and it's going to take that source title, which is Five Nights at Freddy's 2-inch figure 4-pack, and it's essentially going to search that phrase over at Amazon to see whether or not the correct product will appear for us. Alright, so the number one result that it's showing us is actually this Funko Five Nights at Freddy's 2-inch pack, and you can see that it is the incorrect one. And as I scroll down the page a little bit, I can see down here, a little further down the page, that the correct one appears to be this Funko Five Nights at Freddy's 4-pack set of 2 2-inch. So I'm going to check this out here, and this does appear to be the correct one. So I will now select the ASIN from the URL, or you can also select the ASIN from further down on the page, down in the product information section, and I will bring that back, select the pencil tool, paste in the new ASIN, and hit the tick icon. Now what this does is it also updates all the pricing accordingly, and as you can see, the background has now gone purple, and we now have a match between the source and the sell locations, and you'll see that all the pricing has been updated accordingly. Now, in some instances, by doing this, you'll also uncover some gold, and you'll notice the return on investment suddenly becomes positive. In this particular case, we've matched the items together, but there has been no profitable item found. Not to worry though. At this stage, we are currently keeping track of when you make a global match, and we have a back-end room where we track who has matched what and what the matches are, so that we can make sure that people aren't accidentally, or in rare cases deliberately, putting incorrect matches through. And for those who make the most amount of matches at the end of each monthly cycle, we reward those users with prizes and rebates back into your PayPal account. So what is the other thing on the ASIN column here, this clickable link here? Okay, so this is most relevant when we start thinking about clothing and shoes. So clothing and shoes have a lot of variations. So there might be size 8 black shoes, size 9 brown shoes, for instance. And you'll find in those cases, when there is variations, that the ASIN link will be clickable. Now, clicking on this is going to open up a variation analyzer, which will in effect analyze the reviews of that item and tell you which of the variations is the most heavily reviewed and therefore sold item, so that you can best work out which item to buy, knowing which item is most likely to sell out of those variations. So I won't get into the variation analyzer now, because that's for another video coming up. But that is why sometimes the ASIN is clickable on the page there. So that is the ASIN column, the edit ASIN feature, and why the ASIN is sometimes clickable. And I will see you in the next video.